Hey y'all, what's up? Big Willie here, and this is sort of unusual, but I'm gonna do it because the pack has changed a good bit. We are in a single player world, and I am just going to go through getting out of your cell, getting to the yard, and then you should be able to follow along the rest from episode 2 on, but it has changed dramatically, so I figured we should go through it again. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, when you load into your world, or if you're playing with me, yes, the server is up by the end of the day today being Saturday. I hope to have channels up in the Discord for you to join and whitelist request for this pack. So if you want to play along in-game with us on the server that I'm running, feel free. You need to get through the bot. Yeah, it's a beast, but you know, it keeps the junk out of my server. And then once you're through the bot, you should be able to find the whitelist request channel for Prison Escapes, put it in there, and remember that I'm a dude who works full-time, has a wife, I have kids, so I'll get you whitelisted as soon as I can. Now, to get started in any of them, when you get here, you're going to run this Haven SB command that's on the sign in the island in front of you. Give your island a unique prison name. I have named all of mine Alcatraz, which is not unique at all, but I've already taken it, therefore you can't. Sucker. No, I'm just kidding. All right, and then now we're waiting. One thing of note, if you're playing in single player, that sign says make sure you allocate 6 gigs of RAM. If you don't, it will crash right there repeatedly. Don't ask for help in their server or my server or anywhere else until you give it 6 gigs of RAM. And if you don't know how to do that, there's plenty of guides on CurseForge about how to change the RAM allocation. You can find videos on YouTube and everything else. But once it does create your island, you'll notice you're in a jail cell. And I can't go through there. So, first things first, let's come check out our quest book. In the quest book, if we go to the first escape, you'll notice one thing. It wants you to make a quest book or get a quest book. Doesn't really tell you how you're supposed to get it, but there's a bookshelf. So let's break that. Aha. Now, I don't know what he said, but I think he's upset that we got our quest book. So now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and just start breaking all these planks, because this is, after all, an escape prison type thing, and I can't go through that door, so I'm guessing we're probably going to need some of these resources. So now, quest book, you don't even need it to get to it the first time. You can even set a keybind. We're going to go ahead and set a keybind for it, and then we don't have to have the quest book taking up a slot in our inventory anymore. Why do I put my quests on N? I don't know, okay? It was just not used. Oops, we left a floating wooden plate. So now, before we go too much further, let's go take a look at what it wants next. It wants a crafting table. So we broke all of those, and in a lot of Skyblock especially packs, there will be a recipe to convert slabs into planks, and there we have it. Now we've got a crafting table. So we can throw down our crafting table, let's get our rewards, gives us some apples, and it tells us we need to make the primitive code breaker, which takes 1 piece of wool, 2 illuminate fixtures, that's new, and 6 chains. Okay, so, that's a change. All right, so carpet, let's break that. I'm guessing we have a way to turn this into wool. Sure do. There we go. So it wants 1 wool. So let's make the 1 wool it wants us to have. And then now we need to get up there somehow. Can I jump and reach that? Oh, I can. Nice. All right, there's 1. All right, we're missing it, therefore it's resetting the break. There is 2. Oh boy, it got dark in here. All right, and then we need chains, but to get the chains, we need a pick. And you see, you have a dilemma. Your plate turns into planks, but the answer to that dilemma is this piece of dirt right here. this dirt was hidden under the floor, and if we just shift right click it long enough until we see another stack of stone start to show up, we should have more than enough to create a stone pickaxe. Just waiting on stone to take up another slot. There we go. All right, so we've got over a stack of pebbles now. Compressium, or whatever it is that gives you the K or Shift K, is in the pack. And now, with our cobblestone, we can make a pick. This pick will allow us to now vein mine the chains to get the chains that we need. I cannot see in here. Where are the other chains? If you are missing a fixture, it goes on your head, apparently. So, you know, if your fixture falls and then you can't find it, check your head. So there are our chains. Let's get our fixture. And now we should be able to put the primitive code breaker together. All right, now we've got to submit it. And that opens our cell for us. It's dark in here. And just in case we get mobs, I want to take dirt and stuff out of the cell with us. I don't think... Oh, that is spawnable. Okay, I didn't think mobs could spawn in there, but they can. So maybe we ought to... Let's take one of these. And let's just bring it in here and make this non-spawnable, because the thing that would suck is having mobs come after you. Okay, yeah, we're good there. Now let's make sure there's nothing spawnable out here. Yeah, so I would recommend moving a light fixture back in there to keep yourself safe and sound. All right, we're out of our cell, but now what? Well, if you moved your bed like me, go ahead and put it back down so you got a respawn point and set it. Let's take a look at the quest book. If you attempted to get through this in the first one, you may be familiar, it wants the level 1 key card, and you're like, but where am I going to get redstone? Well, in the first one, we had to break this, and it would drop iron nuggets and redstone for us. In this one, it still drops iron nuggets and redstone, but we're going to use them in a different way for this. It looks like, I think it looked like we need another piece of wool. Nope, we don't. Okay, so we need granite. Ah, they're trying to coax you into figuring out that you've got to punch the dirt. So we need 2 granite. We are 1 short. Oh my gosh. There we go. There is our 1 granite that we need. There's our 2 granite. We also need 3 andesite. We need 2 more andesite pebbles. Time to punch some more dirt. Where is my andesite? There we go. Okay, and now we should be able to make our key card. Once you've got your key card, we're going to come in here to the quest book and submit it just like before. And now we can get through to this area. Still can't quite get to the yard. Oh, and there's iron bars, but we already have a stone pickaxe. Then we can break that and open the chest and get our oak sapling. They're really unhappy that we got this sapling because they know that we are not dummies, and we can grow this into a tree. So yeah, that's not good for them. We're gonna find them. And last thing, we need a key. Now, you'll look around, there's really not much else you can do, except if they haven't fixed this, there is some cheesing we can do to get to the mining area early. Is there anything in here? No. What's this? What's that sound like? Test facility. Okay. Now, let's head back over here. And see what else it needs us to do. So now the yard. To get to the yard, observe the glass black door. Oh, we needed the key. That's right. That's what you're doing, Wooly. So let's talk to this fellow laying on the ground. He's telling us he wants some apples because he thinks he's going to die. Well, spoiler alert, he doesn't ever die. We needed that extra string from both pieces of carpet, so don't convert it to wool. Keep them as string. You need that extra string. If you do convert them to wool, I think there's a recipe to go the other way. Uses. There might not be. Let's see, string. There is not a recipe to go back from your block of wool. So please, for the love of all that's lovely, don't, don't do that. Although, if I'm looking at that correctly, you could take your 2 pieces of carpet, combine them and get 3 carpet after you break down the wool. But this is only gray wool. So we'd have to make gray dye. Interesting. You can duplicate carpet with gray dye because gray carpet gives you 4 string. So 2 wool, which also costs 4 string to create. Yes, that gives you 1 extra wool per cycle, and it costs you a gray dye. Okay. The first escape, last quest line. Let's give them our key. And now you'll notice, just like before, we unlocked the yard, except instead of it being a trapdoor with a void dimension, now it is right here in the overworld above the prison. Don't try to get too cute. There are barrier blocks all the way around and all the way across the ceiling. You really, I mean, there are some cheesy, all right, look, public service announcement, y'all. There are some cheesy ways that you can get through doors, through walls, and out of your prison. But if you're just gonna cheat, what's the point of playing the pack if you're just trying to find the loopholes to get out? There is a way to get to all of these things with the intended path, and that makes it more fun. So if you want to go search out all those cheesy ways to get through doors and walls and everything else, have fun with it. But please don't post it in the comments on the the videos or in my Discord at least, because I didn't make the pack. I'm just trying to play and have fun with it. So yes, there are definitely ways and methods out there. They will not be things you will see me featuring in the channel. And if I do see comments about them, I will probably remove those comments. All right, so now we can get to the yard and we have a singular piece of dirt. For those of you that only watch this video and don't necessarily go back and watch any of the others, let's go over a few other things. So the yard, always claim your quest rewards. They tend to give you pretty good stuff. Like that just gave us another dirt. This gave us a compressed cobble to save us having to punch the ground. But now it really wants us to go and get some trees going. So we're going to head on up to the yard. But before we do, down here under quest barriers, it doesn't give you any indication that you have unlocked it. So you will need to come check these. But we completed the first escape. So for every one of the major quest lines that we complete kind of over here, I think it goes all the way through the final key with some stuff, like some of it's mixed, some of it has quest barriers and others don't. You can unlock these cells. Inside of each of these cells are really, really nice rewards to help you move along in the pack. So like in here, we got not 1, not 2, but 3 flawless budding Certus quartz. Now, I'm going to leave these in here because what you want to do in your world is, I think we have cardboard boxes for mechanism in here. We do. So you can cardboard box the flawless budding Certus quartz and not have it degrade. And the reason you want to do that is flawless will forever produce things without ever degrading. Every other tier, every time it produces a crystal or grows a crystal, it has a chance to decay. Some of them, once they're the tier below this, won't even produce a fully grown crystal before they just turn into a Certus quartz block. So having 3 flawless, it could, in theory, if you set it up with some automation from something like just dire things maybe, it could carry you through the game for your Certus quartz needs. So don't be in a hurry and just break them, okay? Think it through before you break them. All right, and with that, that unlocks our getting to the outside. Are shaders on? Video settings, shader packs enabled. Okay, we're gonna turn them off because it messes with just dire things, and there's certain other blocks that you won't necessarily be able to see. Oh, in the yard, if you break this fixture, they hook you up with some starter stuff. some gravel, an axe, a pickaxe, you know, some goodies just to help you get going. Now, you'll also notice that everything up here is on the half slab. So unless you do something like this, you can't have mobs spawn other than phantoms, which, by the way, are vicious and pick you up and drop you to your death in this pack. But there are phantoms which will spawn, which are really annoying. But there is a quest line you can go through to disable them. However, public service announcement, pay attention. If you disable them, they are not re-enableable outside of cheats. So make sure you've got a way to get the phantom drops you need before you disable them. Don't be posting in 15 weeks when you're finally to the point in the game where you need a phantom membrane and you have no way to get it. Not my fault. I warned you. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, let's bone meal some trees. All right, we'll put that in slot 1. We're going to ultimine it. And then now that we've got some logs, let's make ourselves another crafting table because we need a crook. All right, put our crafting table out, and then we need a couple sticks. Oh, why did you make planks when you already had planks? All right, there we go. So if we take these sticks and we do this number, we can make a crook. And this crook will allow us to get our silkworms, to be able to get more string. It's going to be great. So we probably should have put a bunch of stuff in that chest that we found, but it's okay. So we can vein crook, and you'll notice we got silkworms. So now on the next one we grow, we'll go get a chest and put some things away, and probably thinking about rewrapping up this intro to getting out of your cell episode. So now, once you grow another tree, if you take your silkworms and just infest, you know, a few. You don't even have to do that many. If you're willing to wait longer, you can just do one and it will eventually get to the whole tree. But we're going to let those spread, and then let's go put some stuff up. So now we can put all this up here. Now the stuff outside is not going to have grown because we didn't chunk load. Oh, they gave us 2 torches. That was their way to relighting your room. So you can put one of the torches in there, or you can just move a light. But either way, you're going to want to light it up so you don't get mobs spawning on you. Or block that door and let mobs spawn, and then you can get into some rotten flesh and everything else. So, you know, that way, that would work too. But as you can see, now the whole tree showing fully infested everywhere we look. Now, if you just break these, you get nothing. But if you take your crook and you break them again, you're going to get string and even more silkworms. This is how you get to your wool in the pack. Red bed, we've already picked up our bed and moved it, and it's given us some quest rewards. Gives us more logs, another axe, some bone meal. Wants us to make wooden shears. Those are so that you can get leaves to start making more dirt. Wooden shears are just like other shears, except with wood. You got it. So the other thing that it gave us in the other one that we haven't gotten yet, it gave us a sapling grower at some point. Did they take that out of the pack? Let's see. Because if they didn't and it's craftable with a bone block. Okay, so let's craft one of those to show you that, because that's really helpful in this early game. So the sapling grower, if you take your bone meal here and you make it into a block, and then you take and you put 2 sticks, is that the recipe? Or is it, oh, it's treated sticks. Shoot, you got to get into the coke oven, so it'll take you a minute to get there, but treated sticks and a bone block will give you a little grower thingy that lasts forever, and it is 1 click to grow a tree. So they gave you one as a quest reward before they changed it, but now you have to get to immersive engineering and making your creosote before you can get one, which is fine. It's not too bad. The one thing about out here too is you leave a sapling growing there, then you don't have to worry about coming out to mobs, because the sapling makes that block non-spawnable. And then when the tree grows, unless you get one of the big oaks where there's a hole in the middle and a zombie can spawn in it, you are golden. So there's a light fixture up there too if you need an extra one, and the whole yard should be lit up enough that you're not getting mob spawns. So, and it's on the half slab. So with that, let's take a look at the quest book and make sure there's nothing else we missed on our escape, because I think the rest of it, I think they just really improved on the quest line the rest of the way. But I think the rest of this is all still pretty much just like we went through it. Oh, they changed and gave us a different kind of sieves from Ex Machinas. I like these better. They can be accelerated. They do take power and everything just like the other ones that we used in the series. You'll probably see me swap over to those around episode 7 or so, or 8. We'll be making a changeover into those. I've done just a lot of general improvements on my main base for this series, but, you know, that's pretty much the changes. So hopefully this helps all you guys who have been struggling with, wait, they changed things and it's not like it's in your videos. Yeah, they did, and it's okay. So here's your guide for getting started in 0.55 of Prison Escape Beginnings. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the rest of the series. Bye-bye.